How's it going, everybody? My name is Philip, and today we're going to be reacting to top 6 corrupt police officers caught and got jail for lifetime. For lifetime, guys. Not for life, for lifetime. So they got thrown in jail, and I guess they're put on the Lifetime network. But I'm interested to see. I mean, I guess that's really all I gotta say, right? I'm interested to see how many, or not how many, because it says 6. I'm interested to see what exactly they did. Like mess up evidence, steal money from evidence or something. What exactly did they do? Also, is that one dude? I don't really care for his name because he means nothing to me. But that dumbass that literally knelt on George Floyd's neck. Like, you don't even have to put his name in the comment. Like, he does not deserve to have anyone say his name ever again, you know. But I wonder if he's going to be part of this. Like, I feel like maybe not. But because it's top 6, and this was actually... Oh, I mean, it's relatively new. So it was May 17th this year. So, I mean, maybe, but I feel like there's much more of the corrupt assholes out there. So, yeah, let's check it out.
Police officers are supposed to help keep us safe and sound, but at times, they end up being the villains of the story. Let's watch how these 6 police officers disgraced their badges. Number 6, Daniel Holtzclaw. Daniel Holtzclaw, an ex-Oklahoma City officer convicted of rape and other charges after he preyed on African-American woman over 6 months, was sentenced to 263 years in prison, as recommended by the jury, according to his attorney. The sentence comes just over a month after a sobbing Holtzclaw was convicted on 18 of 36 counts.
I'm just going to throw this out there. Once I know what they did and I see them crying, I will laugh at them. I don't care. You raped a lot of people, bro. Like, and now you're sorry about it? Dude. Oh, boo-hoo. I cared not for you, dumbass. Like, the fuck?
Including 4 counts of first-degree rape and 4 counts of forced oral sodomy. Prosecutors said Holtzclaw selected victims in one of Oklahoma City's poorest neighborhoods based on their criminal histories, assuming their drug or prostitution records would undermine any claims they might make against him. Then, he would subject them to assaults that escalated from groping to oral sodomy and rape, according to the testimony of 13 victims. Holtzclaw, whose father is a police lieutenant on another force, waived his right to testify.
Damn.
2 of those women shared their stories with media, recounting horrific memories of being forced to perform different acts by a serial rapist with a badge who was supposed to protect and serve. Attorney Benjamin Crump, who represented the families of Trayvon Martin and Michael Brown, has criticized the media, asking, where is the national outcry for their justice? Crump praised the sentence Thursday, saying it was a landmark victory.
Defendant is guilty of the crime of sexual battery and set punishment at 8 years. Procuring lewd exhibition. Defendant is guilty of the crime of procuring lewd exhibition and punishment is set at 5 years. Defendant is guilty of the crime of forcible oral sodomy and punishment is set at 20 years. Forcible oral sodomy. Defendant is guilty of the crime of forcible oral sodomy and punishment is set at 16 years.
Cry loudly,
Mr. Holtzclaw, this jury finds you guilty of the various counts. You will be remanded to the custody of the Oklahoma County Sheriff.
Number 5, Brandon Boone.
I will say, again, I have no sympathy for this dude. What I will say, though, is that I'm glad that he was caught. And I'm glad that the ladies, that the women had the courage to come out and testify. Because that's fucked.
A former Winter Haven police officer appeared in a Bartow courtroom as a defendant. Brandon Boone was charged with battery after an incident in a Polk County jail. Security video from inside the jail shows Boone strike a handcuffed inmate with his knee before taking him into a darkened room. The inmate, Ronald Augustin, claims Boone and other officers beat him and broke his leg. Boone strongly denies he did anything wrong.
Yo, is this all going to happen to black
hearing
people?
On the case, Boone's attorney advised the judge he has been unable to reach an agreeable resolution to the case with state attorneys. Your Honor, we've been trying to resolve this with the state. It seems we are not going to resolve it. It's going to be a trial case. said attorney Walt Otto. Otto advised the judge there will be a large number of witnesses and he has not had a chance to interview them all. A trial date in the case has not yet been set. Number 4, Michael Dotro. Former Edison police officer Michael Dotro scratched his neck and forehead but expressed no remorse before being sentenced to 20 years in state prison for setting fire to the home of a superior officer while the police captain and his family were inside asleep. He offered no apology to the family of Captain Mark Anderco, who had to flee the burning house, no remorse for the witness he tampered with, and no remorse for the other officers who lost their jobs because of their involvement with him. Dotro, who must serve 17 years before he becomes eligible for parole, said nothing in the courtroom during the nearly hour-long sentencing before Superior Court Judge Pedro Jimenez Jr., as Middlesex County Prosecutor Andrew Carey, Edison Police Chief Thomas Bryan, Anderco and his wife looked on. The sentence, negotiated under a plea agreement with Assistant Prosecutor Russell Curley, relates to crimes Dotro committed over a period of 5 years. Let's watch.
Yes, he's caused very specific damage to Captain Anderco and his family, but what he's really done, and what we're going to be left with after he's walking out the door, is allow people a basis to say that our system of justice has no integrity.
Number 3.
One thing I will say again, another thing I'll say is I'm glad it's going to be so much more difficult for them in prison, especially if the guards in there make it known that he's a cop, that all these guys are cops. Make it known. Make his life a living hell after this. Might not be the right thing to do, but I don't fucking care at this point. Like what the fuck is wrong with these guys? Like, seriously, like, if they have this little regard for other people while having a badge that's supposed to serve and protect people, you deserve no more peace in your life. You know, especially since you got caught. And even though, for those that have not been caught, I hope that they didn't have any peace. And I hope that we can seriously bug the shit out of them until they, you know, finally get arrested or something. It's just make the remaining life living hell, because they don't deserve any sort of peace.
Michael Sipple. A former Rochester police officer convicted of assaulting a city man during an arrest will not serve any time in the Monroe County Jail, but instead was sentenced to 3 years of probation. City Court Judge Thomas Rainbow Morse sentenced Michael Sipple for the assault of Christopher Pate.
Why?
Morse in May convicted Sipple of third-degree assault, a misdemeanor. Sipple punched Christopher Pate in the face during a May 2018 arrest. Sipple and his partner had wrongly identified Pate as a burglary suspect.
Of course.
Pate suffered a facial fracture. Sipple contended that Pate initiated a physical confrontation and resisted arrest. Morse spoke for nearly 90 minutes before imposing the sentence, explaining in detail why he concluded that Sipple's use of physical force was excessive. "You should have restrained yourself that day," Morse told Sipple. But the judge also spoke at length about the impact of post-traumatic stress and how it clouded the actions of both Mr. Pate and Officer Sipple on the day of their confrontation. Let's watch.
The moment you took that yellow taser out of its holster, you were way beyond in the court's view.
At least it wasn't a taser, not the
You were
gun.
on probation for a period of 3 years.
Number 2, Will.
Okay, so this is top 6 corrupt. That didn't seem as bad as a guy burning a fucking house. That's not as bad as as the other first dude literally raping multiple women. He punched it. Listen, I'm not saying it's right, but compared to the other ones, he should be number 6. The other two should be up a bit more. You know, maybe the number should be reversed so far.
William Demby Jr. The uncle of a woman murdered by her husband yelled abuse at the killer as he was sentenced to life in an Ohio prison. William Demby Jr. was found guilty of stabbing Holly, 33, to death and pushing her out of a window at their home in August 2011. As the 45-year-old was sentenced, one of Holly's relatives had to be restrained and removed from the courtroom after screaming at Demby. "You cut her throat twice. You stabbed her 8 times, you cold-blooded killer. I've had enough." Leslie Gregg screamed as family and court officials restrained him. His comments came as Demby accused his mother-in-law Cheryl Folds of failing to care for his and Holly's 7-year-old son properly. The former corrections officer had been found guilty earlier of murder, felonious assault, and domestic violence after killing Holly at their Grafton Township home. The couple had argued on August 11, and Demby had chased his wife upstairs with a combat knife. As she tried to escape, he pulled her shirt and then her pants off, after breaking into the second-floor bathroom where she was trying to escape out of the window, and he stabbed her and let her fall. Let's watch the shocking courtroom moment.
Shame on you, Cheryl. I don't
That
know.
is enough.
I don't know.
That is enough,
Mr. Demby.
You know what? I've had enough. You cut her throat twice. You stabbed her 8 times. You cold-blooded killer.
Number 1. Eric de Vulcanaire. A former Kansas City police officer convicted in the killing in 2019 of a black man who was backing a pickup truck into his garage was sentenced to 6 years in prison and will remain free on bond while his conviction is appealed. Eric de Vulcanaire, who's white, was sentenced to 3 years for the involuntary manslaughter of Cameron Lamb and 6 years for armed criminal actions. Judge James Dale Youngs, who found de Vulcanaire guilty in November in a bench trial, ordered that the sentences be served concurrently, Hartman said. Defense attorneys had requested de Vulcanaire remain free following his sentencing as they appeal his November conviction. Last month, Judge Youngs granted that request, saying he did not believe incarceration was necessary during the appeals process. He's known that since November, and yet here he is, Youngs said. If he was a flight risk, I don't know that I would have waited if I were Mr. de Vulcanaire to fly to Panama. I think I probably would have done it after I rendered my verdict in the case, Youngs said. The affiliate said it was the first time the judge had granted such an appeal bond in his 13 years on the bench. The fatal shooting happened on December 3, 2019, when de Vulcanaire and his partner responded to a traffic incident involving a red pickup truck in Kansas City, according to the indictment.
That truck wasn't
The officers,
red.
dressed in plain clothes and wearing police department vests, arrived at the home and entered the backyard without a legal warrant and with their guns drawn, the indictment states. Lamb was slowly backing the pickup truck down a ramp into the basement garage, and de Vulcanaire's partner was on Lamb's side of the truck and could see him when
Well,
he
I guess there's
arrived.
the red truck.
The officers attempted to tell Lamb to stop, but it's unclear whether he heard them, the indictment says. De Vulcanaire fired 4 times at Lamb, claiming he saw Lamb's left hand reach for a gun and point it at his partner. I remember thinking, no, this can't happen. I can't let this happen, de Vulcanaire said on the witness stand during the trial. Let's watch his shocking sentencing.
He takes his left hand with the gun, and as he brings it along up and around the left-hand side of the steering wheel, my focus moves from that weapon to the center of his chest. As I acquire the front sight, I discharge around to his center mass.
That's all for this video, folks. See you another time.
Okay, so again, I'm not saying that what the guys at number 1 and 2, what they did wasn't bad, but I still feel like top 6, I'm still thinking 1, 2, and 3 are the top 3 worst, most corrupt, you know. So I'm thinking the last 2, or at least the first 2 that was shown, they should have been number 1 and number 2. You know, granted, I don't think they killed. I mean, I don't know. I don't remember if the guy that set fire to the fucking house, if he actually killed the guy. I'm still unclear, but I don't think he did. But I mean, the guy at number 6 definitely should be number 1 no matter what. Like, obviously the guy that stabbed his wife. Why are you gonna stab your wife? I get it. Like, did she not sign a prenup or something? And you're just like, you know what? If she's dead, you know, instead of getting a divorce, you know, she ain't gonna take half my shit. But still, just like, now you going to jail, you dumb fuck. Again, like, I wish all these guys can go to jail. And that guy where the judge said that he can serve it concurrently, fuck that. No, make him serve it back to back. 3, then 7. Don't be serving it all. No. That's some bullshit. You know, yeah. I'm sure there are a lot more corrupt officers out there that have done other things that are just as bad. I'm gonna look those up as well. I don't know why. I always kind of like true crime type of things. It's always kind of interested me, I guess, in a way. But then again, like stuff like this kind of pisses me off. This dumb fuck at the beginning, crying. He was crying. He's like, I didn't mean to rape them. Like, what the fuck? I really wish that he cried loudly, though. I was hoping for a loud crier there. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. But thanks for watching. If there's anything else you'd like me to react to, let me know in the comment section below. And I will see you guys next time.